Her voice was sugar when she said it. "The prenup is ironclad," she smirked, as though the courtroom were a stage and I was still her audience. I didn't move, didn't blink, just raised a finger and pointed to the single paragraph I had underlined, highlighted, and burned into memory months ago. The silence was surgical. Her lawyer's eyes darted across the page. I saw his jaw lock, the twitch in his temple. Then his pupils widened. The blood drained from his face as he leaned into her ear. "The house, the accounts, what did you do?" I sat there, hands folded, calm, cold. Inside, however, inside was the storm I'd been carrying for months, sharpened into one blade. And now it was pressed against her throat. The unraveling began with laughter. Not mine, hers. Late-night texts that lit her screen when she thought I was asleep. A tone of voice softened for someone else. Slivers of conversations cut off the moment I entered the room. I told myself it was stress, that I was paranoid. But paranoia is just the name people give truth before it matures. One night, I heard her whisper another man's name. In sleep. My name wasn't in it. I stared at the ceiling until dawn, my chest hollow, my jaw set like stone. Every instinct screamed to confront her. But instinct is for the weak, and weakness was exactly what she was counting on. So I smiled. I kissed her cheek. I told her I'd be home late, when in truth I sat in the car across from her office watching the same figure leave with her every Thursday evening. That was when the silence inside me changed. No longer denial, not even grief. It became calculation. I began collecting pieces, quietly, patiently. Her discarded receipts, hotel rooms under her maiden name, a second phone hidden in the glove compartment of her car, emails left open on nights she drank herself careless, and then the account transfers, money siphoned bit by bit from what she assumed were ours. But the most delicate thread was the prenup. She had insisted on it back when love was still a mask she wore well. "It's just security," she had said, "for both of us." I signed it without hesitation, blind with trust. But trust is the knife they use, and memory, when sharpened, becomes armor. I paid a quiet visit to my attorney, asked for nothing more than clarity, and there it was. A clause, a single line tucked away where she thought it harmless. A line that made betrayal not just personal, but catastrophic. She thought the prenup was her fortress, but inside it, she had left the door wide open. And I waited for the exact moment she would need it most. The DNA test arrived first. I had swabbed the boy's cheek under the pretense of helping with a school project. He had smiled at me with a mouth that wasn't mine. The results confirmed what I already knew. Her affair wasn't new. It was legacy. I set the report on the kitchen counter that evening. No words, just paper. She walked in, humming, saw it, and froze. Her lips parted, trembling. What is this?" I didn't answer, just watched as her hands shook, the color draining from her face, her eyes darting between me and the evidence that had just gutted her carefully constructed life. She began, but lies collapse quickly when silence is the response. I turned away, poured myself a drink. My hand didn't shake, hers did. And now, court, her smirk, her lawyer's sudden pallor, the whisper that cut her open in front of everyone. She reached for me, desperation bleeding through her mask. You can't do this." I didn't look at her, didn't need to. The clause was simple. Infidelity nullified her claims. Every asset she thought she would strip from me reverted back, ironclad against her. The house, the accounts, even the inheritance she had planned to siphon. All because she couldn't keep her secret buried. Her lawyer's grip on her arm tightened. "You didn't tell me," he hissed. "You signed this." His voice broke into a whisper only she could hear, but the panic in it was public. I sat still, calm, because this wasn't about shouting or vengeance dressed in fire. This was about precision. When the gavel struck, it was already finished. She sat crumpled, mascara bleeding, eyes darting between me and the lawyer, who now looked at her with something colder than judgment: disgust. I rose, buttoned my jacket, and walked out. No words, no glances back. Outside, the air felt sharp, clean. The storm that had churned inside me for months had burned itself out, leaving only clarity. She had believed the prenup was her weapon, but paper is nothing without the hand that knows how to use it. I walked away lighter than I had been in years, not because I won, not because she lost, but because the mask was gone. And once you see the truth behind the smile, you never mistake it for love again.